Singaporeans only want to hear 3 words, and it's actually not that disgusting. Are you vaccinated? Like some countries, COVID-19 vaccinations is the way to go if a country wants to reopen its economy. 8 months after the national vaccination started, about 4 million people, or more than 70% of the population, have gotten both doses of the vaccine, mainly Pfizer-BioNTech/Comirnaty and Moderna. After receiving both doses of the vaccine, each person receives a health certificate as proof that they've completed the course. But don't celebrate just yet because you have to wait 2 weeks for the vaccine to be effective. Being vaccinated has its perks in Singapore. You get discounts on bubble teas, free fries, free coffee, you get to dine out again, hang out with friends. Why not? Vaccination statuses are reflected on mobile apps like Trace Together and Health Hub so that businesses can verify whether you have been vaccinated. So if you're thinking of screenshotting someone else's statuses, well, that's not gonna work. What is Trace Together? Well, the name explains it all. It's how Singapore traces COVID-19 infections together, literally. The app depends on everyone to check in wherever they are, whether it's malls, restaurants, train stations, you name it. There's a QR code scanner in there that helps save time. It also uses Bluetooth signals that bounces off each other's phones so that it can see whether you were near an infected person. Because of this technology, Singapore has become a QR town. There are QR codes everywhere for people to scan, mostly at entrances so that people can check in before entering. You can also use the Trace Together token to check in. As of August 10, people who opt for a vaccine listed under the World Health Organization's emergency use listing will be considered as fully vaccinated. So, good news, vaxxers in Singapore. Did we miss anything? Yes, anti-vaxxers. With all the privileges that come with being vaccinated in Singapore, this group seems to be left out, and they're not happy about it. One public figure even compared Singapore's latest COVID-19 response to the Holocaust, a horrific tragedy that killed some 6 million people. Brett Bowyer, a former politician who stepped down from his role with the PSP, questioned the effectiveness of the vaccine as well as the government's rush, or some might say propaganda, to get people jabbed. He even made a point that people who haven't been vaccinated might now be discriminated against. Is this the new normal of virus prejudice? For someone like me who has no issues with being vaccinated other than the nasty side effects, I'm not quite sure why some people are so against vaccination. So I spoke to one anti-vaxxer to find out his views.
Why do you inject poison into yourself? I believe that our body, right, has its own intelligence, right? It's smart enough to counter all these external viruses, bacteria, and all that. Some people might perceive that if you are being labeled as an anti-vaxxer or conspiracy theories, right? There's a negative connotation to it. So what we believe is the questions you ask, right, determines the quality of your life. So mainstream is just one stream of information. Like it suggests it's a stream, but then there's an ocean of information on that, of knowledge, of wisdom. So why do we just receive whatever that's being pushed to us? I think statistics are skewed. The message is being drumming on, like it's very biased. So it's not balanced.
So Singapore, what's it gonna be? Vax on or vax off?
Coconuts TV.